Hello, great souls. Welcome to our chair yoga, yoga for every body. Let's take a moment to center ourselves. So sitting comfortably with the shoulders relaxed down from the ears, your hands can be together or turned upward on the thighs, feet flat on the floor, body relaxed as you breathe. Begin to visualize the breath flowing gently through the body as you take some deep, full breaths in and out. With each breath, visualize a wave of energy, a wave of grace moving through the body, clearing and cleansing each body cell. Lifting the gaze of the eyes, even behind closed eyes, lifting the gaze upward slightly, drawing energy towards the forehead without any sense of strain, just simply lifting gently, guiding the energy to rise. Another deep, full breath in and out. We'll bring the hands together to the heart center, honoring the inner reality of divine light. Yoga practice awakens this inner reality of your own divine nature, honoring this and that of everyone, the divine in all. We begin with Namaste. Namaste. Okay, so I thought it might be nice today for our practice to focus a little bit more on warm-ups. Warm-ups in yoga practice, especially Ananda Yoga, they're a key component of yoga practice. They help to ready the body for asana practice, and they help us to come into our bodies. So we have a gentle, graceful way that we transition in our practice. One of the first things we do, as we just did, is we center ourselves. So that's a way of arriving, of becoming present to the body and to the breath and to the reality behind the body and behind the breath, our own soul nature. Warm-ups are another way of kind of bringing these together, the subtle awareness of the breath, the subtle awareness of the consciousness behind the breath, the flow of energy, and how it's a dance with our own physical body. So it has a physiological component, warming up the muscles, helping the body to feel more comfortable, more limber. And again, as we move into asanas, then it protects the body. It's a way of protecting us from injuring ourselves. Sometimes we hold tension in parts of the body and we don't know it until we take a movement, and then you can feel like, oh, something happened. So the warm-ups help us to feel really aware of what's happening in our body today. Every day is different. So I'm going to come forward in my chair a little bit, and we'll focus on just the different parts of the body. So we can do the feet, kind of like opening the toes and feet, and we can do the hands. We don't often warm those up, right? But it can be very helpful to just do some finger exercises. Those of you who know energization will recognize this. Very nice. We can extend the left leg out, stretching gently the back part, lift and lengthen through the spine. This also helps to stretch the spine. Hands are on the thighs. Take a deep breath in and just come forward enough to feel a stretch in the back of the leg, breathing deeply. As you breathe, see if you can sense if there is tension in the muscles, that it's gently being released. And see if, as you come forward, if you can feel a stretch in the spine. And then we'll come back up and go to the other side. Something else that in yoga practice and warm-ups, we often do aspects of asanas. And this is an aspect of Paschimottanasana, the seated forward bend. Usually we do that with 2 legs on the floor. In a chair, I often do it one leg at a time. It's more stable and it's beautiful, right? So here we're warming up the body for that. Breathing into it, and just notice if you can feel or sense a relationship between your breath and your body, working together collaboratively. Very nice. Moving up into the belly area, let's draw the stomach in and relax it. Draw it in and relax it. Draw it in and relax. One more time, draw it in and relax. That helps the diaphragm. It engages the diaphragm when we do that. Let's take the left ankle and cross it over the right thigh. Again, lift and lengthen through the spine. Relax the shoulders down. And just notice, just by coming forward just slightly, if you can feel a stretch in that left hip opening as you breathe. A student was asking me the other day, is it true that emotions can be stored there? Yes, it is true. Emotions really can be stored anywhere in the body. The hip area is connected to the second chakra, which is a water element. And sometimes emotions are connected to water. There's a water quality to emotions at times. So she just noticed for herself that she feels a release. Go ahead and we'll come out and then go to the other side. Whenever she opens up the hips, she just feels like emotionally there's a release for her. And that really can absolutely be true. So lift and lengthen, shoulders relax down from the ears. Breathing into wherever you feel tension. So if you can feel that, now the right hip opening up a little bit as you stretch and breathe. Anyone who's had hip replacements, you want to be careful with this kind of position for the body. Quite often it's fine. It's a good idea to ask your physician. Right? Just ask your doctor. I have a number of students who've had hip replacements, and primarily what their doctors have said to them is if you work with the muscles, depends on, without going into too much detail about it, you just want to be safe with your body. So as long as the muscles have been, you're working sensitively and yeah, I think that's enough. That's just what I'll say. But it is a caution. It's one of the precautions of this particular position of the body. And then release. Very nice. Let's bring hands to shoulders for shoulder rolls. The hands can be on the shoulders or they can be resting in your lap. So if it's uncomfortable to have your hands on your shoulders, no need to do that. And then we'll reverse directions. And just notice, how are the shoulders today? How's that feeling for you? One more time. Very nice. Let's lift and lengthen through the crown of the head and then bring the chin down towards the chest. A nice stretch for the back of the neck. And take some deep, full breaths in and out. Tuning back into the quality of divine light, your own divine soul nature. Just see if you can sense that shining more brightly as you practice. Inhale up, and we'll exhale, turn the head to look towards the left. Breathing deeply. Inhale back to center, and exhale, turn to look to the right. If you feel any tension in the body as you're practicing, you can send the breath, practice sending a relaxed, deep breath to that area of the body and see if the body is able to receive that and soften and open and let go of the tension. And then we'll come back to center. Very nice. So from here, you can do that same thing again, or another option is interlace the fingers, bring them behind the head. Inhale, expand. We'll arch the spine a little bit, kind of leaning back. Then exhale, bring the elbows towards each other, bring the chin towards the chest, and come forward as far as is comfortable for you. When you're ready to inhale, you'll inhale, expand, opening up front of the heart, the torso, and then as you're ready to exhale, bring the elbows towards each other, chin towards the chest, and just come down as far as is comfortable. We'll do this a few more times. You can pause in either direction if you like. So if one direction feels especially helpful for you, you can stay in that, but do keep the breath flowing. Don't hold the breath. Very nice. And the next time you come up, we'll stretch the arms up and exhale them down. Very nice. From here, we'll practice side to side stretching. So I might sit back just a little bit in my chair. We'll inhale, left arm up. And exhale over, rotate the head to look to the sky, reaching through the fingertips. See if you can feel an opening all along the left side of the body as you stretch and breathe. Inhale up, exhale down. We'll go to the other side, right arm comes up, lift and lengthen, exhale over, rotate the head to look to the sky. When you're practicing warm-ups, you can bring in some of the affirmations if you know them. Any affirmation that just kind of rises in your consciousness, left and right and all around. Life's harmonies are mine. It's a beautiful affirmation. Left and right and all around. Life's harmonies are mine. Inhale up. And exhale down. Very nice. Let's come into a seated forward bend for, this is Balasana. So we'll come forward as far as comfortable. You could rest like this and get a nice stretch for the spine, or you can come all the way forward. So lift and lengthen. We'll lay the torso across the thighs. The hands come down and release the head and neck. And then inhale up and come back to neutral. Now let's just take a moment and notice how you feel. See if you can feel a sense of relaxation, inner freedom, a sense of spaciousness within yourself. Just pausing for a moment. This could be a beautiful home yoga practice for you, where you aren't actually moving into any of the formal asanas, but you are practicing yoga, because it has to do with how we move, the awareness and focus that we bring to movement, consciously tuning in to a deeper reality of our own soul truth. Let's take a few deep breaths in and out. See if you can sense that inner light, that inner truth. Left and right and all around. Life's harmonies are mine. Very nice. Okay, so from here we'll come up into standing, and we will, I thought I would show you, let's see, we'll practice downward facing dog using the chair. So I'm standing at the chair, and the seat of the chair will be the floor for me. So I'm going to hinge at the hips. I lift and lengthen through the crown of the head. You could have your hands on your thighs as you come forward. Then bring your hands out. And once I'm there, I tend to step back a bit It takes me a moment to find the right position for my body, and then I bring my head down slightly. My ears are aligned with the upper arms. A beautiful stretch for the back of the legs, extending all the way through the spine and the arms. The affirmation is calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. Calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. Calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. To come out of the pose, we'll walk the feet forward, come back to Tadasana, and pause for a moment. Relax the body, relax the breath. See if you can sense energy rising up gently through the body. A smooth, free flow of energy that then ripples out with calm waves of peace. Calmness radiates from every fiber of my being. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Very nice. Let's come into tree pose, and I'll use the seat of the chair again for this. I'm just going to alternate between the two chairs so that I'm always facing you, but you don't need to have more than one chair to practice this. So what I do, because of the length of my leg, I like to have a pillow or bolster on top of the seat, but it's perfectly fine to have your knee on the seat. For me, I would end up tilting down. It's a little too low for my body. So what we're going to do, let's see, is we're actually going to stand on the left leg first and then bring the right leg onto the chair and find your stability. So you want to feel very centered in your body, and then the hands can be here at the heart, or if you like, you can inhale them above you. And then the gaze of the eyes is slightly lifted. Breathing in and out through the nose, visualize energy rising through the body. The fingertips pointed upward guides the energy to rise. And again, it's a calm flow of energy, a quality of steadiness and composure. The affirmation is, I am calm, I am poised. I like to think of the old forests that have that quality of stillness and calmness and wisdom. A peace in the woods. I am calm. I am poised. I am calm. I am poised. To come out of the pose, we'll exhale the arms down if they're above you. Bring the foot down and just stand for a moment, feet side by side. Notice how the body feels as you stand. I am calm. I am poised. Very nice, and we'll go to the other side. So I'm just going to move my pillow. And I get fairly close to the chair, and then I bring, now I'm standing on my right leg, and my left leg comes to the side, and I don't want to be leaning over, so you want to kind of take a moment to feel like you're stable. And again, the hands can be right here. You can lift them directly above you, or you can bring them out to the side above you. The gaze of the eyes is lifted. If you feel very stable in your stance, which the chair can provide, you're welcome to close the eyes in the pose, but you want to make sure that you don't feel wobbly at all. Better to keep the eyes open in a relaxed way. and to feel stable, tuning into the quality of calmness and poise. I am calm. I am poised. Breathing deeply. I am calm. I am poised. Very nice. To come out, we'll inhale up and exhale down. Come back and stand for a moment in Tadasana. So we take this time in between the poses to let the body integrate. You might find yourself shifting a little bit, just slightly, as the body readjusts itself. And the awakened flow of energy moves through you. I am calm. I am poised. Very nice. Let's come into a seated forward bend that is called Baddha Konasana. And this is the bound angle pose. So we practice by bringing the soles of the feet together, and you want to make sure that you feel stable in your chair and that you're not, as you come forward, you won't fall out of the chair. Now you could practice, I'm bringing my hands back and leaning forward, and that's keeping my spine straight. So that's one way of doing it. If you're going to bring the hands forward, you'll often, and I'm doing it now, you'll want to sit back in your seat enough so that you can do that without falling out of the chair and without the back of the chair lifting up. So here I am, and then I'll come forward. I want to just show you that from the front. So now I'll turn it to the side to give you the side view. Sometimes that's a little easier. So soles of the feet together. If I want to have my hands back to come forward to maintain a neutral spine, I can do that. And that'll keep the spine lifted and lengthened. It's just kind of nice and certainly very stable. If I'm going to come into a rounded spine, then with my hands on the thighs, I want to make sure that I'm secure in my seat, which is actually perfect for this pose. So we lift and lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, lean forward with the heart, if your hands are on your thighs, and just take a moment to really gently stretch the spine. So before I round the spine, I want to lift and lengthen. And the legs are open as far as is comfortable. So a little bit of stretch in the hips and in the groin. And the soles of the feet can be together, or they might, in the chair, you might find them coming apart, space between them a little bit. That's fine. Deep, full breaths in and out, and I'm looking down towards the floor. And then we'll come into the rounded, and I might just bring my feet out in front of me a little bit more. Slide the arms down. Take your time and release the head and neck. The affirmation for this pose is secure in myself. I accept whatever is. Breathing deeply, relaxing the whole body fully and completely. Secure in myself, I accept whatever is. To come out of the pose, we'll inhale, bring ourselves back, and we'll come into seated Vajrasana. So the palms of the hands just rest on the tops of the thighs. Shoulders relax down from the ears. A few deep breaths in and out. Secure in myself, I accept whatever is. Very nice. From here we'll practice a gentle spinal twist. Both feet can be on the floor, or you can take the left leg and cross it over the right, and then we'll turn towards the left. Lift and lengthen, and as you exhale, begin to slowly twist. So I take about 3 breaths, inhale, exhale, until I get to the point where I'm able to gently look back in the direction of the left shoulder. Keeping the spine lifted and lengthened, the spinal twist helps to awaken the flow of energy. Swami said it floods the heart center and then continues to rise to the spiritual eye, and the energy becomes purified into divine love. The affirmation is, I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. To come out of the pose, we inhale, gently exhale, unwind, and pause for a moment in Vajrasana. Deep, full breath, in and out. And we'll go to the other side. So we'll bring right leg over the left, lift and lengthen through the spine, inhale. And as you exhale, begin to twist. Inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale, twist. Keep the body relaxed as you breathe. Visualize energy rising, flooding the heart, flowing up to the spiritual eye, purified in divine light. And then sending that light out as a blessing to all. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. Deep, full breaths in and out. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. To come out of the pose, we inhale, exhale, unwind, uncross, and pause for a moment. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. Very nice. We'll come into Ustrasana, the camel pose. You can practice this in the chair, just how you're seated, bringing the hands about midway or further back. And I'd like to show you how to practice this on the floor as another option, also using the chair. So either if you can stay seated in the chair. If you're coming down to the floor, one way to do that is use the seat for support. And then you turn yourself around. So I have another chair in front of me, and you could have 2 chairs to help you. Let me just move this guy a little bit. So if we're on the floor, we want to be comfortable here. We're going to come up on the knees. And if in traditional camel, the hands come back here. But with a chair, you can bring your hands to the chair, and this will be your support. Inhale, lift and lengthen, and begin to arch the spine using the chair to support you. It can help you come into a beautiful arch with the spine. And you feel very stable with the chair supporting you. Careful not to drop the head, but just keep it somewhat neutral, lifting the heart to the sky. Visualize yourself welcoming a flood of divine light and healing energy. Ustrasana opens the heart chakra. The affirmation is with calm faith. I open to thy light. Visualize yourself bathed in divine healing light, opening and welcoming this flood of grace to your body, to your heart, and to your mind. With calm faith, I open to thy light. come out of the pose. You'll bring yourself back to neutral. If you're in the chair, you'll sit in seated Vajrasana. If you're on the floor, just bring your buttocks down to your heels. Deep, full breath, in and out. Bring yourself back to that inner awareness of your own divine light. Om. Peace. Amen. Okay, dear souls, let's send out this light as a blessing to all. Om. 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 Great to be with you today. Wishing you a beautiful day.